Welcome back, everybody, to the New York Mets franchise here on MLB The Show 24. And today we are going to get into, all the way to the All-Star break, we're going to get into the draft and possibly make a move or two here, obviously before the trade deadline comes up, because I'm thinking of possibly, we need another pitcher for sure. Right now, our rotation, I think, is a little bit incomplete. That 4 and 5 spot we have troubles with. I don't even mind if we bring in somebody that's, a top-of-the-line guy just to continue to add to the rotation. Keeping up with the Braves and Phillies is absolutely ridiculous. Still got the Dodgers out there for sure. So if we can have a stacked rotation, try to make a postseason run, I'm all for it, no doubt about it. I think we have some trade chips for sure. As for Luis Angel Acuna, he has been just killing it in AAA. Struggled mightily in the big leagues this year, but he's killing it. So you know what? I'd like to bring him up, but we just don't have a spot for him in the infield. So what I am thinking, kind of like his brother who plays right field and made the move, I think we do the same. We're going to move him to right field at the moment. We're going to leave him down in AAA, get, a little bit accustomed to that position maybe for a week or two. That's not always enough time, but still, I think it'll be fine because I think we can put him out in right. I know McNeil's out there, but McNeil can play different positions. So we're going to let him go for a couple weeks. If he continues to hit well, we're going to bring him up. And I think that's what we're going to do because the infield is just completely stacked. We take 2 out of 3 from Baltimore. Rodriguez is going to be a little bit shaken up there. Should be fine, though. We'll get into some more scouting as we lose the first 2 to Toronto. Not good there. So Geraldo Delgado at 95%. Looks like he can hit very well. Good vision. Could be more of a third-round guy. Decent speed. Potential is probably going to be a C, I'm guessing. Brian Molina, same thing, 100%. Solid pitcher, solid stuff, but he is more of a late round guy, higher potential. He is 22 though, so that's a little Christopher McLean, he's right there at 85%. Probably like I would say a B potential, but he's only 19 and they're having high maybe third round they're saying. We'll look at Steven Ramirez, 19 years old, could be a later round guy, really good arm strength, solid fielding, just needs work everywhere else, but late round guy. Bill Sweat, relief pitcher. Like I said, these guys might not be the greatest, but man, we got to at least try because our bullpen is lacking in the minors for sure. So we got to scout some relievers and probably take at least one in the draft, I'm thinking. And then Franz Madlock, we'll take a look at him. 18 years old, 6'5" lefty. No rank right now, but we'll see if that potential's up there. We'll see as we'll continue to scout there. We take the last game against Toronto. Now we got a 3-game set here against the Dodgers as Max Kranick is back. So we'll have to make a roster move there. But the Twins offer us Griffin Jax for Matt Allen. So this is an interesting deal. Griffin Jax, a solid bullpen arm. He uses that slurve more often than not, but he can ramp it up there to almost triple digits. And he's having a great season. So this is an interesting trade for Minnesota. Let's see, Matt Allen right now, C potential, 5-1 right now in Double-A with a 2.81 ERA, 1.43 WHIP. He's performing very well. But you know what? I don't mind. I like this deal. I'll take this deal all day. I don't care if Jax is a free agent. That's just going to improve our bullpen. So Jose Butto is going to be going back down to Triple-A. And Griffin Jax, that really improves the bullpen, which I think is pretty good to begin with. Now, with Max Kranick coming back, we still have to make a roster move. I think we move him down to AAA. We saw Parker Messick with the good start. I just want to see what he does in starts like 2 and 3. And let's see against the Dodgers, 8-0 loss. What did he do in this start? 3 innings, 9 hits, 7 earned. Yeah. So he's after his debut start, he has lost his last 2 and his ERA is up to 12. And we just got swept by the Dodgers. So I have a feeling we're going to just send him back down. He got his, area down there. I think we're probably going to make a move. That's my guess right now. Let's make a move right now. Try to find a pitcher out there. Parker Messick, even though he had a fantastic debut last episode, and we saw it. It was great. You could see the struggles there. I just don't want to, I wanted to just see what he could do. And we saw that. And maybe, at the end of the season, September call-up, or even next year, he might be a little bit more ready. But he got his sea legs in. Owen Casey's out. We have some trade chips, but we got to make a run. We're there. You know, we're rating the wild card. I'm trying to see teams that are not good. White Sox, Angels, and we saw the Brewers, and Brandon Woodruff is sitting there. 32 years old, DL Hall, former Oriole prospect. He'll be a free agent next year, so he'd be more of a rental at the moment. Chance to re-sign him, obviously. And the Brewers are sitting in last place right now of the Central. So I think that could be done. DL Hall is, you know, I think too young. Woodruff is probably the more, you know, they want to get prospects. So we're going to give up Jeremy Rodriguez, who is an A overall prospect, has been very good for us. Just got a B. And then we're going to give up Harrison Bader so they get at least a major league guy. They like the deal. We get the deal done. So Brandon Woodruff, welcome to the New York Mets. We'll send down Parker Messick. So now our rotation should look good. I mean, I would think so with all we got. And now we're going to bring up Luis Angel Acuna as well. So he is brought up. So he will be up in the big leagues. We got Fried, Senga, Buehler, Manaea, and Woodruff, what obviously would be more of, you know, a top-of-the-line type guy. But, man, our rotation now looks even more solid. Bullpen with Griffin Jax looks solid. So hopefully this is a chance to compete in this division even more. Make a nice little late run as we'll get past the All-Star break here. We still have plenty of time left in the season. Right now at 39 and 35, so hopefully we can make a nice little run and compete maybe for a division title this year. I'm not sure. I think we have the rotation for it. I think we have the lineup for it, the team. I think we can definitely do this. Definitely make a playoff run. So Brandon Woodruff, welcome. He is 3-7 this year with a 3.56 ERA, 1.27 WHIP. Strikeout looking pretty good, about 21%. Here we go, making his Mets debut against the San Francisco Giants. A very good team, as Gleyber Torres has got that one for out number one, as Birdie is going to fly out. So here is this Giants lineup. You can see down below, they're 9th in the NL in slugging this season, so they're not going to destroy you, but, you know, timely hitting. They're just a solid fundamental team. So one away in this first inning. Trying to bunt is Garrett Hampson. That's going to go foul. So 0-1 from Woodruff. Fouls that one away. Obviously can get it up there. Solid pitcher. Just not getting the run support this year, but I think this is a really good move. Getting another big-time veteran pitcher, as that's going to be outside for a ball. And we can bring him back. You know, that's why I think it makes more sense too. You know, I know Jeremy Rodriguez has been fantastic for us. He is an A potential. Swing and a miss there for strike three. So they get like a big-time guy there. Same with the pitcher. Get a B potential pitcher with Bader. You know, I think it makes sense. They're not going to make a playoff run this year. So, you know, I always want to make sure trades do make sense and are, you know, good enough for both teams. You don't want to really fleece the CPU, which sometimes you definitely can. You may be able to say that with the Griffin Jax trade. Maybe, you know, maybe that wasn't the greatest one. But, you know, he's 30 years old. I guess they're just trying to get rid of a bullpen arm. They want to continue to upgrade their young pitchers in the minor leagues. There's a leadoff single there from Brendan Nimmo. But, hey, we've had some history with the Twins in the series right now with the Brooks Lee, Pete Alonso deal. So they trust in us for sure. We'll just say it that way. As Jeff McNeil comes to the plate, and he's going to get a base hit into left field. So 2 on here in this first inning with 1 away. We're going to try to give the run support to Brandon Woodruff, which he obviously did not get in Milwaukee. Hopefully we can. It's offense sometimes. Like I said, we have a very, I would say, solid offense. Top 10 offense, right around hovering right there, the top 10. But we have guys struggling still, and sometimes we're just a little bit off. As Gleyber Torres is going to be just blown away there by that fastball high and in. So strike three from Logan Webb, who is having a fantastic season of his own. This is a really good pitching matchup. As here comes James Wood to the plate. Wood still hitting .359, 6 home runs, 13 RBI, OPS over 1,000. Man, the call-up for James Wood has just been outstanding. It is one of those call-ups that has worked out. 0-1 takes that loan away. Yeah, sometimes Parker Messick, Luis Angel Acuna, the first one, even Drew Gilbert right now, sometimes those call-ups just don't seem to work out. I mean, that happens at the big leagues. It's not going to, you're not thinking it's going to be like crazy success early on. But James Wood is having that early success. But he grounds out there for the force out, and we can't get anything at all there. So let's go to the second inning. Is Jorge Soler to the plate, and he's going to go down looking there on the circle change. Strike 3. And I'll tell you what, to talk about uniforms, I said something about the City Connects. You will see them. Obviously, this game was played prior to the update, which came out today. And I did see the City Connects on there, so they will be probably not after this one, but the video after. We'll definitely get in a game with the City Connect uniforms. But as for the San Francisco Giants uniforms, these are more of the classic ones with the SF on the side. I don't know what it is, but I've always loved these jerseys. I don't know. As Woodruff's going to be strike 3. Maybe it was because when I was growing up, Matt Williams was like one. I just, maybe dating myself there. One of my favorite players when I was really little. I really liked Matt Williams. And one year, he was on pace to break the home run record. And that was the year, I believe, of the, when he played like half a season for the strike. So, I mean, he was a prolific player, solid fielder, really good player for the Giants. And obviously, Barry Bonds, to me, still maybe the best player of all time, no matter what. I know this whole steroid, but the dude was absolutely ridiculous. You look up his numbers. I think I've said this before on here. If you look up the number the year he broke the record for 73 home runs, it's Brett Beatty swinging a miss there for strike 3. If he doesn't get walked as much as he had, I mean, the dude would have hit 100 home runs. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely insane. Steroids or not, that's just ridiculous. As Acuna's going to be hit by the pitch in his first at-bat back, he'll take that one and get on base for Brandon Nimmo. And as speaking of uniforms, as we'll get into some NFL talk here real quick, what do you think of the Broncos' new uniforms? Let me know down below. What do you think of Denver's new uniforms as we get close to the draft as well? Coming up, I believe, tomorrow, first round, as Nimmo's going to pop out there to shortstop for out number 3. So the offense can't get anything really going here with runners in scoring position, that's for sure. As Whit Merrifield's going to rip this one to the gap here to start off the third inning. That's going to be 2 for sure. McNeil up with the throw as Merrifield a leadoff double. But yeah, the Broncos uniforms, I don't know. Me personally, I saw them. It's one thing to see a render or see. I mean, I have to see them kind of in game to get more of a, look at them. But I don't know. They just look like, an XFL jersey. I'm just not sure. I thought that about the Commanders, their uniform combo. I'm just not a fan. I don't know. Some of these new uniforms are just a little whack. As that's going to be a strike there to Joey Bart. Whit Merrifield now at third base. 0-1 count. He'll take the pitch inside for another strike. So maybe we go low and away, high and away here. That slider, see if we can get him to swing and a miss. And that's exactly what we got here. Strike 3 to Joey Bart. All right. So let's see if we can strand him there at third. Keep this at a 0-0 game. So John Birdie, 0 for 1, 0-2 pitch. See you later, strike 3 on the slider. Nice job from Woodruff getting out of that jam. All right. Let's go to the bottom half of the third inning as Brooks Lee to the plate. But yeah, for me, for jerseys, the more you stick to like a classic look, go back to the classic look as Brooks Lee hits this one well, deep into center field, but caught right at the wall. Got a hold of that one, but just not enough, man. He's like, you got to be kidding me right now. So nothing there in the third. But yeah, to me, keep to kind of like a classic look. As Hampson with the bunt, can't be fielded there by Mauricio, so that's going to be on there for a leadoff single. And you can't really go wrong. Some of these new looks, it's just very, very strange. And then speaking of jerseys, I mean, the whole controversy with the MLB jerseys this year. And, I mean, I've thought about buying a new jersey. I'm an Orioles fan. So, I'm not a bandwagon. Don't get me wrong. I've been an Orioles fan for a long time. I've been through those lean years where it was not very good. As Jorge Soler, that's going to get down for a base hit. On his way to third base is Hampson. The throw from Lee, he's in there, saves. So, first and third with one away. Possibly getting, a Jackson Holiday jersey. Maybe a new Adley Rutschman with a new look. But, man, the reviews on them and the way they've looked even in spring training, they just look so cheap. I know they've been working on it, and a lot of teams couldn't even get their alternate jerseys. A strike 3 there to Flores. Nice job by Woodruff. Yeah, a lot of teams, their alternate jerseys didn't even show up from Fanatics. It's crazy that even the teams couldn't get the jersey. And a ground ball, Beatty's got it. So first and third goes nowhere. Nice job from Woodruff getting out another jam. Still a 0-0 game. So that's just insane to think about, that the Major League team themselves can't even get the jerseys, as Brett Beatty hits this one deep into the gap, and it's going to be out of here. Brett Beatty finally gets somebody on the board. At least it's us to start. Solo home run here in the 5th. His 8th of the season. Just enough to get out of here. But, man, get that perfect swing. There's no better sound, that is for sure. And Brett Beatty has improved. He looks very good this season. He has totally improved. That spring training was definitely good for him. And that is always great to see. Obviously, for a first-round pick, starting to come around a little bit. As Acuna's going to fly out there to right, so can't get on the board yet here in this ball game. But at least we get one in the 5th. Let's go to the 6th inning now. Woodruff still dealing here with one away. 1-2 count now to Garrett Hampson. See if we can put him away. Pitch. And he gets a hold of it right off the end of the bat, but Beatty can't come up with it. That's going to get through for a base hit and obviously get the speed of Hampson on the base pass. So we're going to have to monitor that for sure. Here comes Lee to the plate. And he'll take the strike inside. You can see over there, he's taking that lead. He's looking. There he goes again. We're going to have to throw over. Obviously, only get to 2. Well, technically, it's, not even throw-overs. You can just look over, and that's going to count. As this one hitting to the left, Nemo's getting over there, and he's got it. So Hampson will have to be back to first base. So 2 away now here in this 6th inning. Trying to keep out of another jam. And it's Jorge Solier to the plate, and he'll foul away that fastball inside. So now a 1-2 count. Pitch inside. And that is just jammed, popped up. Over is Mauricio, and he's got it there for out number 3. So Woodruff gets through the 6th. Hasn't allowed anything. We go to the 7th inning. It's still just a 1-0 game. He's not getting really any run support as Wilmer Flores gets a hold of this one. Deep into center and just off the wall. I'm not sure how that's not gone. I think it hit off the orange, but it bounced back. So they're not counting as a homer. It's a leadoff double for Flores. That could have been gone easily. So the tying run in scoring position here as it's going to get through for a base hit. So McNeil up with it. The throw to the plate is going to be offline, not in time. Flores scores, and we got a tie ball game here at 1 apiece. Yeah, Brandon Woodruff's like, you got to be kidding me, man. I thought it was coming here getting better offense, but hey, you got a really good pitcher over there pitching for San Francisco right now, a solid team. It's just a tough pitching matchup. That's the 3rd consecutive hit here in the 7th inning by Whit Merrifield. So 1st and 2nd. We've only thrown 8 balls this entire game. That is crazy. That is insane. I didn't even notice that. So 1-2 pitch. And they're going to say he went for strike 3. So Slater goes down, big strikeout, because we can still get the double play here if we can get a nice ground ball by Joey Bart. And that could be, that's not going to be it. Mauricio, he's just going to have to make the play to first, and he does in time. So gets the play at first base. 2 away now, 2nd and 3rd. Base hit, could score 2. And it's up to John Birdie, 0 for 3 in this game. Pitch to Birdie, he'll take the strike up high. Work it to a 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on the slider outside. So 1 does score that ties this game up, but Brandon Woodruff pumped up, gets out of that jam once again. We're tied up at 1 apiece as we continue on here. And newly acquired, another one, Griffin Jacks into the game. Now, his stuff is nasty. I mean, he's got some really, he can throw it up there. You can see high heat, high 90s, 98, 99. But really that slurve is his top pitch. Used it, I believe, last year over 40% of the time. I mean, he has got a wonderful pitch there. And you can see it right there. Swing and a miss for strike 3. It's a 1-2-3-8 for Griffin Jacks. Well, they changed up the numbers, too. I didn't notice that either. That's one other thing in this game sometimes. You trade for somebody, and even if somebody has that number, they just switch it over. without even me knowing. It just gets annoying a little bit sometimes with the numbers. But this offense has got to get something rolling here. We really do. It's Brooks Lee to the plate. Ground ball, that's going to be an easy out over to first. But yeah, look, Brooks Lee had 23, I believe. And now he has 29 in this game. I didn't change that. So I don't have to be changed back. As we go to the 9th inning, Griffin Jack still in here, but Wilmer Flores with a leadoff base hit. So he was the guy that hit the double, obviously, and got the tying run in. And he's got the go-ahead run there at first base. As Estrada, who hit him in, looking to get something rolling here. 2-2. That one is absolutely crunched. The Giants now have the lead 3-1 in the 9th. So these two guys, Flores and Estrada, are the catalyst for this offense here in this ball game. Man, Griffin Jacks just kind of hung that one up a little bit too much. That is the one thing with the kind of like off-speed slurve pitch. If you miss it, these guys in the bigs will not miss that pitch, and he does not. 2-run shot, 3-1 lead Giants, and now Paul Sewald's going to come into this game, keep it, try a 3-1 lead. But Austin Slater just is going to rip that one up the middle for a base hit. So the Giants may not be done here in this 9th inning. Either way, we're going to have our work cut out for us in the bottom of the 9th. As Joey Bart takes that pitch inside. 0-1, ground ball, Mauricio up with it. Just going to go to first base, get the play there, out number 2. Don't even worry about trying to get that at second base. Could be a disastrous thing. As John Birdie, who's not had a very good game here. 0 for 4. Trying to knock in another run. And that's not going to be it. Up with it is Alvarez over to first base and gets him there for out number 3, but damage done. Estrada with a 2-run shot, 3-1 lead. All right. For an offense that only has 4 hits the entire game and 1 run, Duvall's going to come in here and try to look for save number 22. He has blown 5 of them. And we got 3, 4, and 5 up. But that's not going to be a good start. McNeil, lazy fly ball to center field. Out number 1. All right, Glaber comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. We're paying the big bucks here. Come on, come through. Let's see if we can get something rolling here. Glaber is going to rip that one, and that is going to be a nice play there at third base. Just better defensive play. That's what it is. John Birdie there makes the stop. Could have been a base hit, but it's not. And it's going to be up to James Wood, who's 0 for 3 for himself in this game, to continue our ball game here. And cutter inside for a strike. 0-2 now to James Wood. And jams him, pops it up. And that should be it. And that is it. We're going to lose this game 3-1. 2-run shot from Estrada in there in the 8th is going to do it. Brandon Woodruff, I think he looks solid. Got out of a few jams. Did some good work. But, man, this offense only can muster up 4 hits. And our only run from that Brett Beatty solo shot. So, right now, this offense is, we got swept by the Dodgers. We lose the first game to the Giants. Now Max Fried's going to be out for a little bit. We do at least take the second game. So week 12 of scouting, Ramirez, Sweat, and Madlock. You know what? I think we just continue to look at them because I want to see. I'm very interested in the lead around guys. Hopefully Madlock's potential goes up, and we're going to keep those 3 guys for week 12. Yeah. We'll finalize the scouting. We're going to get into the draft in this one. We will for sure. But Kodai Senga pitches a really good game. We shut out the Giants 10-0, so we take 2 out of 3 from San Francisco. And against Cleveland, looks like we're going to sweep them. We will. We sweep Cleveland. Now we got a 4-game set against Atlanta. So let's take a look at this game real quick. This is the second game, I believe, for Woodruff. 8 innings pitched, 7 innings, 1 earned, 7 Ks. Cannot complain about that. Gets plenty of run support there. And now a massive 4-game series against Atlanta, a team we just can't seem to beat. Doesn't start off well. Lose the first game. Lose the second game. All right, can we split? We got a 3-0 lead in the 8th, and we get that victory 4-0. So we get to another week of scouting, week 13 of scouting, and we'll finish off that series against the Braves as well. So Ramirez is about I'd say at least he could be a D potential. So they have us at a non-ranked, so I doubt he is going to be chosen by us. Bill Sweat, same thing, not ranked. So he has a lot of velocity and good break. But everything else, I mean, I guess his home runs per nine is pretty solid. We'll see. Like I said, relievers is interesting. Franz Madlock, he is got really good stamina, good velocity, good pitch break. Everything else needs a lot of work. They're saying not ranked either. Man, so those three guys might have been an absolute bust. That stinks. All right, almost final week here. Carlos Acevedo, starting pitcher, 6'5", 18. Got some decent stuff. Take a look at him. Could have a high potential. Could have a high rating too. Connie Mize, potential is at least a C. We know that. 21 years old. They're saying more of a second-round guy. He's got really good power against lefties. Let's take a look at him. And then let's look at Pedro Fabregas here, 18 years old. He is a closer, high potential possibility. Not ranked at the moment, but we'll see if we can maybe get something out of him, as that'll be week 13 of scouting, as we'll get 1 week left. But can we take this final game here against Atlanta? We cannot. So Atlanta takes 3 or 4 from us. Man, that is our problem right now. Every other I mean, we've played Philadelphia. I'll have to take a look at the stats. But, man, we've played Philadelphia. We've played Atlanta. We cannot beat these teams. That is the big problem right now, and why we're just not going to be able to compete for a division. We're going to have to look at a wild card because we just can't beat those teams up top, and they're just going to continue to move away from us. Now we're 7 games back of the Braves, obviously losing 3 or 4. We're 4 games back of the Philadelphia Phillies. As for the wild card, we're 4 games back of that wild card. So we're only have to pass the Giants. So that's the thing. We may be 4 games back, but at least we only have right now like 1 or 2 teams in front of us. But we got to finish strong here. Let's get a 3-game series against St. Louis. Not good. Lose 2 out of 3. Washington, lose the first game. Take the second game. And we'll get into the final week of scouting here. Acevedo, Mize is at 100%. So he's at least a B. So he's at least a B potential. That is cool. Fabregas is going to be... Do we keep him on there? Do we keep Fabregas and Acevedo? Let's look at Chad Pike. Top 4. We haven't scouted him. Who knows? Let's see. He's opted out, so maybe he drops to us. He could be good. Let's take a look at Chad Pike. Could be our top pick in the draft. But we take the final 2 against Washington. We lose 2 or 3 to Colorado, who's like the worst team in baseball. And then lose the first game there against the Angels. Jeez. We're not playing well. Take that game, but here we go. The 2025 first-year player draft is here. Let's not... Well, I don't think we screwed up the draft last year. We just screwed up signing guys. We missed out on 3 draft picks last year. 3. I am not missing out on none this year. 0. We're signing everybody. Unless you're just absolute garbage. You know, late round pick that I just don't need. But we're signing guys. So here we go. Colorado, number 1 overall pick is going to be Jose Serna Ruiz. Starting pitcher. He's at least a B, maybe an A potential. Lefty, looks pretty good. Number 2 overall pick is going to be Sean Burkett to the Chicago White Sox. We didn't scout these guys either. Out of junior college, 20 years old. He is a starting pitcher as well. And the number 3 overall pick right now in the draft is going to be Pablo Parra, starting pitcher to the Giants, 21 years old. You know, you just potential. So Cleveland will be on the clock next. We're at number 9. You know, I don't know even who we're going to take. Pena, maybe Vogel, Enrique Pare, Jim Horton, the two-way player, possibly. As Joe Sousa is going to go off the board. Did take a look at him. Didn't put him on our board. And obviously Chad Pike right down, who we just looked at. So there goes Zach Vogel. He is off the board. Goes to the A's. Pirates at number 6. Is going to be Anthony McClellan. And really, I don't know if I'm really, you know, I would like to look at starting pitching, but really, I'm just really any position right now. You know, best available player that I think. Harry Trevino going to the Orioles. Kansas City now on the clock. Let's see who they take here. Well, our guys disappear off the board. Oh, didn't see it. Just skipped it. All right. Well, nobody was taken from our guy. So Gabe Pena is here, 79 to 94 potential. Decent overall, outfielder, 18 years old, solid hitter. He's got speed, he can steal. You know, he could work at that. Enrique Parra, starting pitcher. That 89 to 94 is hurting me a little bit. Jim Horton is going to be your two-way player, so could be cool to take. But to me, he's a much better pitcher. His hitting ability is just not really there. I think he would need a lot of work hitting, a lot of work. I mean, his discipline's going to be really low. His vision's going to be low. Can't really field. Chad Pike, he did opt out of the doctor's exam, so who knows what that could be. You know, looks like a solid hitter, solid vision, but do I want to take that risk? Edward Montenegro could be a really good player. Catcher, do we need catcher though? And could be a second round guy. I mean, he looks really good, but I don't know right now if I want to take him. He's a switch hitter. We could take him, but I'm leaning toward Gabe Pena. We have a number 4 in our draft rank. I trust our scouts. He's healthy. He's only 18 years old, so we're going to draft. Gabe Pena is going to be drafted here. Outfielder. I like the pick. You know, he could sit down there, perform well in the minor leagues a couple years, and could be up. I mean, depending. I mean, we'll see what he actually is, but he could be a solid pick. As we continue on here, Chad Pike is going to go to the Diamondbacks. The Kansas City Royals took Feliz Juarez anyway, wasn't on our board. The Angels take Rob Gomez. So Parra and Horton still on this list, same with Montenegro. And the Marlins are going to take Johnny Gray's off the board. Texas on the clock. And they're going to take Enrique Parra. So Enrique Parra is going to go to the Texas Rangers at 20. So he's off our boards. I don't think Jim Horton's going to last too much longer, especially kind of a two-way player. There he goes. Yep. He is gone to Toronto. So Jim Horton is gone there. We'll just see who Atlanta takes, and I think we'll just go to our next pick. They take Chris Ramirez. And then Edward Montenegro went to the Athletics there at pick number 38. So let's get into our second round pick. Now it's really just, what do you really want? Brian Molina is injured, so I'm really skeptic of taking that. You know, do we take more potential? Pedro Fabregas, 18. You know, possibly the pick here. We don't know what his overall is. Delgado, same thing. Could be like a 70 overall, B potential, but could also be like a D each. I don't know. Ricky Nesbitt is more of the guy, so... You know, we're going to just take potential. He's probably only be like a 63 overall, but you know, at least a B to an A potential. We'll take him there. And let's move to round number 3, because Acevedo is actually still there. We're going to take Carlos Acevedo. We'll see what he is. Man, he was non-ranked, and he just moved up to a third-round pick. We'll continue to move on. Pedro Fabregas, still there. 4th-round pick. I don't see why we probably should not take him there. Maybe Rodney Bishop, but I'm thinking Fabregas, you know, kind of a reliever. Helps out there. Could be an A potential. Maybe at least a B. He's at least a C. But we're going to draft Pedro Fabregas there in the 4th round. So hopefully he pans out. He's only 18 years old as well. So we've taken 2 guys that weren't ranked. We're going to take, I think, Christopher McLean, our last guy on our board here in the 5th round. At least a C potential. Could be up to a B. He did opt out, which hurts a little bit. But we'll hopefully, you know, it's okay. That's our 3rd non-ranked guy that we have drafted. And then for our final pick, I have nothing to be bone. Nothing on it at all. We're going to take him. He could have a high potential, high overall. We'll see. Same thing, opted out. Left fielder. And that's going to be our draft. That's the draft right there. I don't think I'm going to get into signing guys this one. That'll be the next one we're going to try to sign, and we're not going to screw that up royally like we did. We'll get through the All-Star break next time. I don't think we really have too many guys. We just don't have any guys performing very, very well this year. We'll probably have a few, but I don't know. It's not going to be like last year. But that's going to do it for this one. Let me know what you guys think of the draft. What do you guys think? And also, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.